I want to tell you something that your childhood music teacher probably never said. This was never about music, just for the sake of music. Don't get me wrong, music is amazing. I love music. I am a professional musician and educator. Music is my life. Sometimes I say music is my religion. But it was never just about notes or songs or craft or scales or theory or ear training or vocabulary. When you play with joy, when you genuinely enjoy the sound that you're making, your brain changes, your body changes, your life changes. And nowadays we have the research to back it up. If we haven't met, I'm EP Archer, and I help committed adults improve their quality of life with music. You probably started playing an instrument because there was something calling you, something you needed, something you heard, something you wanted. Maybe presently there is a desire you can't even explain. I have some brand new adult violin students, and one of them just said, I just found myself driving to the violin shop and I had to get the violin. It was an unfulfilled desire that she had had. She works 12 to 16-hour days, but it was so important for her to have one thing she could do in her day that isn't work. And let me tell you, folks, violin is work. It's not the easiest instrument in the world, but she's excited and motivated. And even when it's early before work or she's tired after work, she is giddy to grab that instrument and start learning and building and creating tone and playing her dream instrument, regardless of her work schedule, regardless of the notes that she learns. That's joy, my friends. That's inspiration. That is taking time for yourself to care for yourself in a way nothing else can. Well, some of you have been playing for many years, and somewhere along the way, it became not about playing, but about whether you were good enough, whether you could finish what you started, whether you would measure up, whether you'd be able to get into that orchestra. And somehow the joy and the musical connection got quieter. You maybe just only practiced or played songs that the same old repertoire that you played forever, the same old songs. You weren't learning new things. Or you studied with a teacher and, was accountable to it, but didn't really make progress, and something kind of fizzled out for you. Felt guilty for not playing more, or you play but you're not feeling it in your body, or music that used to save you started to feel like one more thing that you're failing at, one more thing that's creating conflict. And I have another student who's an adult who has gone through crazy, huge life challenges, things that have completely changed her career and her dynamic and her living and her health. And she is determined not to make violin part of that. She was once in an orchestra. She once studied and put it away for a long while. And now that she's coming back, she's like, oh my gosh, why is it so hard? Why isn't it not just back? But it doesn't matter. What matters is that she's present and then she's there and she smiles. And we've worked on this thing where instead of nodding no, she's nodding yes. And that isn't just a violin moment. That's a life moment. Okay, all this crazy crap happened and it really sucked and it's painful, but what am I going to say yes to? What is opened up for me as a result? And you can apply that to simple goals within your playing, or you can apply it to your entire life. How do we open up? How do we look for the next thing that will keep us moving towards what makes us happy, what enriches our life, what stimulates our brain and our nervous system to be in a state of healing, of love, of expressing feelings. And that is the magic of music. That's why you started playing. That's why you drove to the violin shop. That's why you sing randomly in your car. That's why certain music you put on tingles through your whole body. That's what happens when a practice session or a lesson or a group interaction goes right. It's not about all the notes or about the high level of performance or talent or skill. It's about that beautiful sound. It's about your body being in it. It's about time disappearing and feeling what you're doing and looking up and saying, oh my gosh, it's been 47 minutes. I set a timer for 15. I didn't even hear it go off. It's not just a nice experience, it's getting into state, a flow state. Tony Robbins would speak on this. It is changing your physiology, it's rewiring your brain, and it's giving you so much benefit if you can just lock into it. So that physical feeling is not just something that we imagine, it's something we need and feel and desire, and that changes us. It's the same if you are stuck in a chair all day and you go for a walk, right? We're stuck at our desks or we're stuck doing things where we can't breathe fresh air. If you get outside and take a brisk walk for 15 minutes, that's rewiring your nervous system. Or go do 15 minutes of strenuous exercise. Or, oh my gosh, 15 minutes of violin, of singing. And you get engaged. When you engage yourself with an instrument or with your voice, your body becomes engaged differently. You're oxidizing. You are actually healing your cells as you play. We have the research for this on neuroplasticity, on mental health, on confidence and self-esteem, on our immune system function, and on reducing the risk for aging processes like dementia and for brain fog and all the things that we all deal with as we get a little bit older. What if you could have a magic pill? Well, my friends, this isn't a magic pill. You don't have to swallow it. But if you pick up an instrument and you feel it in your body and you play, that is better than any medicine and any magic pill. When you commit to playing with joy, not just playing to get better, not just playing because it's an activity or it's something for you, let me just side note here too, because doing something for yourself is not indulgent, and it's not, I'll go so far as to say it's not just self-care. Self-care is super popular right now, and I'm so glad that it is because I want you to take care of yourself. Mind, heart, body, and soul, all of it. But playing an instrument goes a step beyond self-care. It's not just care and presence in the moment. It is building towards a future. It is preventative towards your health. It is enlightening and exciting. And if I sound like a big nerd right now, I am. I'm just going to own it. I'm a music nerd and I love it and I own it because I have seen it change people's lives, not just in what they could play or what they could do or a musical goal or accountability. All of those things, by the way, are amazing life changers. But in your heart, your soul, your health, your relationships, and your quality of life. And that's something that I can't be quiet about, that I can't ignore. When you're happier, the people around you are happier. When you're doing something you love, when you're putting your soul into something, people around you feel it. It increases the quality of your interactions with other people, with your work life, with your personal relationships, with your kids, with your partner. So music isn't just a hobby that we try to fit in because we're making time for us. It's something that is making the whole rest of your life better. And when you play music that sounds like you, that feels like you, that draws your heart in, the results can be exponential. So here's how you can apply it today. Make one commitment, not to practice more, but to play or practice or sing from your heart. With joy, find a piece you like. Find one note. If you're a beginner, find that juicy favorite open string or that la note that you can really rock with, and do it along with a recording of someone that you really love to listen to. Do it with a backing track. Then name one thing about yourself, about your playing, that genuinely puts a smile on your face. I know when I hit that sounding point, or when I lean in and get some grit, or when I open up my vibrato, I have a reaction to that feels so pleasurable. And then tell someone about it, collaborate. Being in an environment where you get to share this with others is one of the number one things you can do to support yourself in this journey. And it's the difference between intention and action. Choose that love, choose that peace, and that joy that music brings to you. Choose your happiness through music today. If today's episode reminded you that playing with joy is literally one of the best things you can do for your brain, your health, and your life, Don't let that feeling go. Something is coming for those of you who are ready to make a commitment for real. Stay close. Find me. I want you there. In the meantime, comment, like, subscribe, share with a friend. Let me know how you feel, how this impacted you. I can't wait to hear from all of you. And I'll see you on the other side.